Hello, Professor. This is my submission for assignment 3, sort and search and trees questions. Um, let's start with the sort and search question. We'll have a deck of cards is provided and we'll have to sort those cards by suit and value. We'll have to create a property that determines whether the deck is sorted or not. And we'll also have to implement a search method and enhance it to see if it is a constant lookup time, and finish rest of the to-dos. Let's go into the code. This is my code for the deck of cards. Let's see a few override functions under class card. The first greater than function, which we override the standard greater than here to compare the values by suit and then value here. And this returns the greater card first by comparing the suit and then the value. The second function is the reprint function, which basically calls the string function and then returns it. And the third one is the hash override. So here we want to create a single hash for a card which includes this, which has two properties, the suit and value. So we override the regular hash with this hash method, which takes both the suit and value and creates a hash. This will be used for searching or identifying the index of a card. Now, moving on to the to-do parts. The first to-do is to state whether the deck is shuffled or not. For this, we use a variable my sort check. My sort check initially we declare it as false, and when the deck is initialized and created, we set it to true because the deck is created in a sorted order. And we set it to true again whenever we call the sort method, and we set it to false whenever we call the shuffle method. So this helps us to determine if the cards are shuffled or not. Uh, so so this will return whenever we initialize a deck. This will return that if the deck is sorted or unsorted. The second to do is to implement a method to determine if the cards are sorted. This goes hand in hand with the first method here. The isMySortCheck method basically returns the Boolean value of mySortCheck. As discussed before, this is set to true whenever a deck is created and whenever a sorting method is called, and is set to false whenever we shuffle when the shuffle method is called. The next to do is to sort the cards. Here we use bubble sort to sort the cards, and here if you notice we have a get.myIndex.indexMap method. We call this method every time when we initially create a deck, when we sort a deck, and when we shuffle a deck. This method helps us to identify the index of the card when we use the search method. Moving on to the search method here. The search method first, what we do is we describe the card, and then using the myIndexMap function. Let's go to the myIndexMap function. So what the myIndexMap function is, it first clears any existing values in the index dictionary, and for all the cards, every time it creates a key value pair it creates a key value pair where the key is the card and the value is the index of the card. So every time we call the search method, we describe the card here, and then we get the card index by looking at index dictionary with card as the reference, and we print out both the card and the card index. We also do a double check to make sure that the index that we printed is correct here. So I think that's we've covered everything. Moving on to the main function. Here we are initializing a deck every time, and after initialization we print the deck of cards every time. The print deck statement returns if the deck is sorted or not. So first, once we initialize the deck, we check if it's sorted or not, and then we shuffle it, and then we sort it, and then the final is the search function. Now let's run the code. Here, as you see, first it evaluates if the deck is sorted. It says the sorted deck of 52 cards, and we see the initial state of the cards. And we are shuffling the cards now, and now we see the status as unsorted deck of 52 cards, and we see the cards in a random order. And then we call the sort function, which sorts the cards by suit and value. And we can see that the status is sorted deck of 52 cards, and we see the deck of cards in a similar sort order compared to the initial state. The search method, it asks us to choose a card. I'm going to choose Queen of Spades. So I'm choosing 4 for spades, and for Queen I'm choosing 12. So it returns the card. It describes the card Queen of Spades is at index 50. As you can see, 52 cards starts with 0, ends with 51, and the last before one is index 50, and we get the correct index here. So that's for the first question. Moving on to the trees. So for the tree question, there are 3 tasks. First thing is to populate a binary tree with random numbers.csv, the file provided, and then evaluate the number of leaf nodes in the tree that we just created, and evaluate the height of the tree. Let's go into the code. So we are using the binary tree.py that was provided, and we are also leveraging the tree traversal and breadth first traverse to perform the tasks. Let's start with the main function here. In the main function, we are initializing a tree called my tree, and then we are reading the random numbers.csv. I put the encoding UTF-8 because I got some special characters without that. So in order to remove those, I'm using I mentioned encoding while opening the file. Here we read the file, and we split the CSV by comma, and for every value split, we call the insert method and populate the binary tree. The insert method here is part of the provided code, and no modifications were done to the code. So this part will create a binary tree and populate the contents of the random numbers.csv into the tree, into the binary tree. So this solves the first part. Moving on to the second part. So the second part is to get the number of leaf nodes. A leaf node is a node which does not have any child nodes. So we'll be leveraging breadth first traversal. So let's go there. In the breadth first traversal, we are initializing a new variable called leaf count. We are setting it to 0. So in order to find the leaf count, every time we traverse through the node, we check if the node has any child nodes uh, or not. If there are no child nodes, both on the left hand side and the right hand side, then we increment leaf count. So this will increment. This will, whenever it encounters a leaf node, the leaf count value will be incremented and will be returned at the end of the uh, method. So so that is what is returned here as leaf count, and we print it out here. Uh, the next, then, so that completes the second part of the question. The third part is to determine the length of the binary tree. So I've declared a variable myTreeHeight, which uses the in-order method, which is part of the tree traversal, and gets the tree height. I've made slight modifications to the in-order method. Let's check. Here, this is the in-order method here. Uh, what we are doing here is to uh, uh, when we've created two new variables, my left and my right, which calls the in-order function again on the childs there is no until the node is empty. So what this provides is that it gives us the my left value and my right value, which is the length of which are the nodes on either side, and thereby we get the max plus one. Since we are considering since we are starting from the root node, we use this plus one. This method will help us determine the length of the tree. Now let's execute. Here we see that the number of leaves in the tree is 31, and the height of the tree is 14 as expected in the question. That is all for this assignment. Thank you.